Lorren, the king of spice, and I invented cooking.
It's Super Bowl time again, and everybody's looking for that perfect snack, and I'm so excited to share this with you. I call it Keith Lorren's Gumbo Poutine. It's an interpretation of a Canadian favorite with a little bit of soul to it, if you know what I'm saying. So to get started, we're going to make our flavorful stock. I'm adding 10 cups of water to our pot, along with onions, celery, bay leaves, garlic, peppercorns, allspice, and a little bit of love. And we're going to simmer it down with Keith Lorren's Gourmet poultry seasoning and chicken bouillon, just for extra flavor. Next, we're going to bring it to a boil with our chicken backs, and as it's cooking, you're going to see that there's going to be fat and scum that come to the top, impurities. Take all that out, skim it off the top, and then add a Scotch bonnet pepper to scent it further. Next, look at all these ingredients. We got onions, bell peppers, sausage, scallions, crawfish, chicken. It doesn't get any better than that, along with Keith Lorren's seafood seasoning. Chop up your meat and get ready to saute, make our roux. So in our pan, I'm adding a little bit of oil, and a little bit of the grandma's secret, that bacon fat, which is gonna really give it a nice flavor as well. So we're gonna saute our sausage and get it nice and golden and caramelized. Look at that. Then we're gonna take it out and get all of those remnants out. And in that same pan, we're gonna add a dash more oil, or you can use a little bit of butter if you like, or clarified butter. And we're gonna begin adding our flour in equal amounts. So now, as it's cooking, we're going to cook it nice and slow and create our roux, whisking it constantly so nothing burns. And we want it to be a nice golden color. So we're going to add our onions, celery, bell peppers, and we're going to cook it until it's golden. And we're going to start whisking in our homemade chicken stock. Our chicken stock simmered for about 45 minutes. You know, just a quick broth. If you want to cook it longer, you can. And this is the texture that we want. Now it's time to spice it up. So we're going to add a little bit of thyme, a little bit of Keith Lorren's seafood seasoning with all that tarragon and dill and all those good spices, fresh garlic, bay leaves, and a little bit of love. Next, we're going to add paprika for color and a little bit of cayenne pepper for that authentic heat. And a little bit of black pepper to bring out that extra aroma. Next, we're going to just keep whisking, and look at that color. It's absolutely perfect. So we're just going to simmer this down for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you like, and a little bit of soy sauce to add some umami. We're going to add a little bit more heat with Keith Lorren's Scotch bonnet pepper sauce, and just keep whisking and tasting as you go. To accent the flavors, you're going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of Keith Lorren's chicken bouillon for more umami, and you just taste it as you go. There's no real science to it, but you've got to make it taste good. And to do that, we're going to use Keith Lorren's seasonings. Now it's time to add our meat. So I'm adding our smoked sausage and our chopped up chicken. We're going to simmer this for about 10 minutes just to let the flavors get into that sauce really nicely. And now we can start adding our other components. Now, to modify the texture, we're going to keep some of that stock, and we're going to just keep stirring it in to make the right texture. We don't want it too thick, we don't want it too thin. We want it to be a nice consistency to coat those fries really nice. So at this point, we can add our frozen okra. I'm just adding enough for garnish. Our fresh scallions and fresh tomatoes, along with a nice generous amount of parsley. And we're going to just stir it in, and it'll be perfect, I promise. The last step to this gumbo sauce is to add our crawfish tails. And we want to gently stir it in. We don't want to break any of it up. And I'm adding the crawfish tails that have the fat on it just for extra flavor, you know. We're going to stir it all again. Look how good and rich that looks. Look how thick that gravy is. At this point, you can add a few dashes of the filet gumbo powder for extra flavor. And it's good. This is the texture that we want. It's nice, it's creamy, it's flavorful. It has that soul taste. That's what we're looking for. Now we can start our fries. So I have some heated oil. The best fries to me are made in beef with a mixture of beef tallow and peanut oil, so you can do that. And we're gonna fry our French fries until they're nice and crisp, and just take them out. Simple as that. They're golden brown. Now that they're out, put them on paper towels and sprinkle them with a little bit of Keith Lorren's fried chicken seasoning for some soul flavor. And we're gonna start plating it up. Look at that. Pile the fries as high as the sky in our bowl. And then we're going to slowly ladle some of that good gumbo gravy on top. Lord have mercy, look at that. And we're going to garnish it with a little bit of fresh parsley, freshly chopped tomatoes, fresh chopped scallions, and parsley. And then we're going to take a little bit of paprika and we're going to dab it all over the top like that for extra color and pizzazz. And then we're going to drizzle it with some homemade cheese sauce. Now, for this cheese sauce, I used Gruyere cheese, cheddar cheese, and cream cheese with a little bit of heavy whipping cream to melt it. So that's how we're going to make the cream sauce. You can use cheese curds if you can find them, but this is just fine. Shout outs to my brother Maestro on YouTube, always asking me about gumbo questions. This video's for you, brother.
My name is Keith Lorren, the King of Spice, and I invented cooking. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.